Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today for another pick a card video. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome in. My name is Melissa, and for today's topic, we're going to be getting messages from your angels or messages from your spirit guides. So we're definitely going to go in with this angel theme today. You'll notice that I'm using a lot of angel themed decks, and I'm going to be keeping this reading just very general. Really just channeling whatever message it is that your angels and your spirit guides want you to be aware of. So if this sounds like something that interests you, then I would definitely recommend keeping on watching this video. As I always say, as a disclaimer, you guys, these readings are general in nature, so please take whatever message resonates with you, leave behind anything that doesn't. If you want a private reading, I do offer those. Please check the description box down below for instructions on how to book. All right, so we have three different piles that we are going to be working with today. Starting here on the left, we have group number one, which is this little, I'll pull it up so you guys can see, it's a little quartz sacred geometry crystal. Group number two is going to be this selenite heart. And then group number three, we have some, I think this is amazonite. So let's go ahead, take a deep breath. Think about what messages your angels have for you. Choose the card or the crystal that you're feeling the most intuitively guided to. Click the timestamp down below to go ahead and skip ahead to your reading. Hey there, group number one. So if you chose the clear sacred geometry quartz, let's go ahead and find out what messages your angels have for you. Starting off here with your Color Mage Oracle, I want to just get a sense of what's going on with you guys. Okay. Wow, so we have two pink cards right off the bat. So definite heart chakra message coming through. Okay, so we have the message of the kiss with the goddess Freya, and then we have blush, cheerful love. So right off the bat, I definitely feel like for you guys, something about your heart space is of significance here. There's something about your heart and the way that you either love yourself or love other people that is being stressed by your angels here. I'm getting a message here that forgiveness may be important for some of you. Heart chakra healing may be important for some of you. I also feel like infusing love and happiness into whatever it is that you're doing and leading more with your heart, leading more with your love versus leading with logic and strategy and things like that is something that's going to be important for you right now. The goddess Freya message is telling me there may be a few of you out there who are maybe creating something new, giving birth to something new right now, whether this is a career endeavor or something to do with relationships in your life. There's something about creation here that's of significance as well. And there is a need to infuse cheer into this. And like I was saying before, leading with your heart space. Those are just some initial messages. Let's kind of see what else we get with your tarot. Okay, so we have the message of the Seven of Wands. Okay. And then we also have the message of the Four of Wands. Interesting. So I want to pull this one in closer, you guys, so you can see. So what I was saying before about heart chakra healing, I think is going to be very important for a lot of you here, because with this message of the Seven of Wands, this is sometimes about being like a little bit defensive and possibly coming across as guarded. Like if you notice here, then this particular angel has their arms crossed over their heart space here, very guarded toward other people. So I do think for some of you guys that are viewing this, there's a message here that your angels want you to know that it's okay to open up a little bit and to maybe soften your approach with something that you're doing. We also have the message here of liberation, deliverance from enemies, both visible and invisible. So this is also a message here that you guys are protected. You guys are protected in anything that it is that you're doing. So whether you are dealing with people that may not have your best interests at heart, or whether you're just moving through like a really hard time right now, something that your angels are really wanting you to be aware of is that you are protected from forces that even you're not able to see. Okay, so let's see what we have here with this Four of Wands energy. So Four of Wands, I think, again, just going back to the traditional interpretation and tying it in with your tarot, or your oracle cards here, pile number one. Four of Wands for me is always about being open and willing to receive something. It's almost like a portal being open for you. So I feel like a lot of you guys are in a space where maybe you're about to walk through a new door in your life, like a metaphorical door, if that makes sense. But this card really talks about rectification, helps one live in peace with everyone. So there is a need here for you guys, I think, again, going back to just maybe interpersonal relationships here. There's a message here for you all that it's going to be important for you to try to open up a little bit and make sure that you are getting along with everybody in your environment. Again, like going back to that compassion with your pink cards that you guys had here right at the beginning, taking a more compassionate approach is going to get you a lot further in whatever the situation is that you guys are dealing with, okay? Okay, so we have Archangel Chamuel. This talks about career transition. That is interesting. Then we have prosperity. Okay. So maybe for some of you all, this situation that we're talking about today has to do with work. I could definitely see that being of significance here. I think in the workplace is certainly a place where we are dealing with a lot of different personalities and different people, things like that. Doesn't necessarily have to be though, but something about this situation is pushing you guys more toward your purpose in life. And so if a path has been blocked for you recently, if you felt like you've had to really like fight for something recently, I do think that this softening and having a little bit more compassion with the people in your environment is all a part of you guys being able to transition into the next phase of your life. So whatever your life purpose would be, a career transition, of course, is something that's being noted here as well. So keep that in mind. I feel like this is all linked to your higher purpose. We also have the message here of prosperity, which again makes me feel like career is of significance in the situation. This says your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. So you guys are really being guided by your angels here to follow in your intuition and allow yourself to be guided through that. Allow yourself to be guided through your intuition. Allow yourself to be guided through your heart space and making moves that really resonate with your heart and what you love to do. And know that you're being protected materially as you make these moves. Last message here, we have improving health. So I do think that this is a message saying that whatever the situation is that you guys are dealing with is going to improve over time if you can take the guidance provided in this reading. But if some of you guys have also been dealing with something with your physical health, maybe for some of you is like physically something with your heart that could be happening, not necessarily, but could be. But if there is something that you have been dealing with from a physical or even a mental level, I do feel that what you're going through right now is just a step toward things improving for you. The situation will get better for sure. So let me know, pile one, how this message resonated with you. Thank you so much for taking the time to view today's reading, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey there, group number 2. So if you all chose the selenite heart, this is going to be the messages from your angels and your spirit guides. I'm going to start off here with the color Mage Oracle. This is going to give us sort of an idea of what it is that's going on that your angels and your guides want you to be aware of right now. All right, so we have the message of healing unrequited love. And then we also have solitude and diligence. Okay. So right off the bat, you guys, I do feel that there's been a situation here, or maybe you guys are in a situation right now where the energy is off balance here. Healing unrequited love really talks about like when we really want something or we really love someone and that emotion or sentiment is not reciprocated toward us in return. So this could be about getting rejected from maybe a love interest. It could be talking about rejection in some other area of your life, like career, not getting a job that you guys really wanted, something along those lines. And your angels are really wanting you to be aware of the emotions that this may have caused within you and they're wanting you to spend a little bit of time in solitude, kind of grounding yourself with regard to the situation. The Heather energy, this talks about solitude and diligence. So I think a lot of you guys have maybe been moving through this in silence, or not really, maybe not expressing how you've really felt about it to the appropriate people who can assist you. But I also think that this is kind of like healthy guidance that they're wanting to provide you as well, that like it's okay to take some space to process whatever it is that is going on. And it's also okay to work in silence as well, and continue to work on whatever it is that you need to do to improve your chances of finding a situation that's going to be even keeled for you, finding a situation that's going to reciprocate back to you the effort and energy that you put in toward it. Whether this is with another person, a friendship, a family member, a job, whatever the case is, scenarios can apply across the board here, okay? So let's go ahead and look at the Angel Tarot and see what angels you guys have. Okay, so we have the Nine of Wands. Definitely, yeah, that's interesting, okay? We also have the Nine of Pentacles. So listen, you guys, the number 9 is indicating to me that you're just toward the end of a cycle here. Not quite there. You still have a little bit more work to do before you're going to be able to pull yourself out of this and create something different and new for yourself. There may still be work that needs to be done here, or a lesson that needs to be learned before this situation is fully healed, but you're very, very close. And I think your angels are just wanting to remind you that you're very close to this being completed. Don't give up. You might have a little more work to do, but you're almost there. You're almost at that finish line. Starting off here with this Nine of Wands. So traditionally this talks about, this feeling of needing to just continue to push through even though we're really, really exhausted. And that makes a lot of sense with some of the energy that I'm seeing here around like unrequited love. I think when things are not in alignment with us, they do tend to feel like a lot more work, right? Because we're the ones having to really carry the weight of the connection, or carry the weight of the work, if it's a work situation, whatever it is. But this Nine of Wands and this Angel Tarot talks about universal medicine, elevation of the soul, and the revelation of mysteries, which is very interesting. So again, I think there's a message here around healing. I think that in a weird way, whatever the situation is that you guys might be going through is helping you to heal. It's helping you to move up in life. It's helping you to elevate yourself in some particular way that you may not have thought of before. And this is how you're able to kind of push yourself out of the cycle and try moving into something new. I also think too that there's this message of the elevation of the soul. So like, this is helping you guys to see things from a higher perspective and see the bigger picture. It talks about the revelation of mystery. So I do think that there's something about this situation that will become more clear as time goes on. We also have here the message of the Nine of Pentacles. This talks about submission to higher order, identifies traitors, and destroys their plans. Very interesting. So I think that right now you guys are just being really guided here to, I think, follow the guidance that you trust in others. This talks about submission to higher order. So thinking about whatever the situation is, when I think of the submission to higher order, I think about, again, like seeing things from the elevated perspective, seeing it from a bigger picture viewpoint. I also think that if this is pertaining to a work situation, think of like how you can sort of follow the straight and narrow for right now as you're moving through this healing process. Nine of Pentacles is also about independence and being able to stand on your own without needing other people to prop you up or needing a lot of support, because you're totally self-sufficient and able to do things on your own. So I think this is just a reminder that your angels are trying to give to you that you guys are actually a lot stronger and more solid than you may think you are, or that you may believe you are right now. You're more secure and abundant than you believe that you are right now. And to remember that and to not be afraid to stand in your power. So next we have overcoming difficulties. The worst is now behind you and you're surmounting to any previous challenges. Yeah, makes a lot of sense, you guys, with the 9s that you had. This certainly indicates that you are, closing out a difficult cycle right now. Prioritize, Archangel Metatron. Focus on your highest priorities. I will help you get organized and motivated. So I think going back to these independence messages here, I think your angels are really wanting you to start moving forward from this, right? So thinking of what are the highest priorities? What are the things that I need to plan in order to like push myself through to the end of this cycle, to the end of this work? You know, if this is about a relationship, what can I do to kind of manifest something new for myself? They're wanting you to take some time to really think about the priorities at hand here. And prioritizing helps to lift you out of something, right? Because this is about planning and moving on from the situation. We also have get more information. So remember, this card talked about the revelation of mysteries. So I definitely think that there's a need for you guys to maybe ask more questions about this situation. Do your research a little bit as you're moving forward here. They're wanting to make sure that you guys understand that there's more research that needs to be done with regard to the situation, and it may help you in prioritizing your plan and how to get through it. So very interesting message for you guys. I feel like really intuitively this might be work related for a lot of you guys, but you'll have to let me know in the comment box down below how it resonates with you specifically. Thank you all so much for taking the time to view today's video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hey there, pile number 3. So if you guys chose the third crystal, then this is going to be your reading on what your angels and your spirit guides want you to know right now. So I'm starting off with your color Mage oracle. So we have the messages of sky blue and light apricot. So there's definitely something here that your angels are wanting you to be aware of with regard to communication and maybe some roadblocks that you guys have been experiencing as it pertains to that. And when I think of this phrase, express more magic, definitely the way that you're speaking is of significance here. When I think of expressing magic, I think of what are your words creating? What kind of environment do these words bring with them? Do your words evoke happiness? Do they evoke magic? Or do they evoke something else that's not really serving you? So I think that your guides and your angels are wanting you to kind of think on that, meditate on that, and do some change, make some changes in the way that you're expressing yourself verbally. We also have the message of light apricot. This talks about releasing your fears. Okay, so this also, I think, for a lot of you could be about a fear of communicating, a fear of maybe expressing a creative idea that you have, a fear of maybe expressing the truth of how you're feeling about a specific situation or something you have going on. And when I think of the color of light apricot, this is like, you know, it's like in between, I feel your sacral and your solar plexus. I'm visualizing the rainbow in my mind right now. So it almost feels like this could be around something creative that you have an idea about, but you're fearful of maybe saying what it is for some reason. Maybe you're fearful of what you would have to do after you express what this is, because along with, you know, the expression comes action, right? So there's definitely a need here for you to work on your confidence in speaking. So we have the message here of the Hierophant. Okay. And then we also have the message here of the Page of Wands. Interesting. So traditionally, when I think of the Hierophant, especially as it pertains to what I feel like I'm seeing here, pile 3, I think that this is about you expressing this to the right person. I think of like someone that could be like a guide for you, someone that's a mentor for you that might be able to help you with this creative expression or with this maybe issue or challenge that you're having with communication just in general. I feel like this Hierophant energy is telling you to work with somebody that you really respect, that has experience, who's going to be able to help guide you here. However, this card, the Angel Tarot, this is the Angel of Haziel here, and it says, divine forgiveness obtains friendship and favors of the great, secures promises. So I also feel like this is a message from your angels letting you know that there is a person or a network of people here who I feel want whatever this is that you have to say to be said. I feel like they want whatever this is to work out. They want to be able to support. I think there is like a connection that's already at your disposal in your life. So if you haven't been able to figure out who can help you. I feel like your angels are trying to tell you that there is something here for you. There's someone here that's able to support you. And I'm really being drawn to friendship and favors of the great. So this is like somebody that would be in a position of power who would be able to help push you in the right direction or guide you in the right direction. We also have here the Page of Wands, which again is talking about creativity and also communication and also possible new beginnings, a new journey, a new type of creative expression here. So I think again ties back to a lot of the messages that we saw here with these color mage cards at the beginning. So this angel talks about propagation of light, confunds the wicked and slanders, saves from enemies. So I think this is just for you guys a message of reassurance here that you don't need to be afraid, that you are protected. Your angels, your spirit guides are around you. They're supporting you. They're standing up for you. You know what I mean? And I feel like they don't want you to be fearful of shedding the light on whatever this is that you have to say. I feel like what you guys have to say is probably really important. Obviously, or they wouldn't be expressing this in the reading, right? Okay, so we have Archangel Raziel. This says, I'm helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully so you can clearly see heavenly love. So for some of you out there, you may actually have clairvoyant abilities where you have what we call like spiritual sight. So you can see images or see messages from spirit. But I also think that this is a message for others of you out here to make sure that you're paying attention to any signs and synchronicities that are along your path. What is your vision? I think that's another message here of like, whatever this is, this idea, this communication, it's talking about like, what's the vision that you actually have? And I think alleviating fear can come from having a clear vision of what you want to say, a clear vision of what you want to do. When there's clarity, there tends to be a little bit less fear, right? We also have life review. Archangel Jeremiel. Take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. Yeah, I think that's just really solid advice. Anything in your life, you guys, that's making you feel suppressed, anything in your life that's making you feel like you cannot be authentic, I think it's going to be really important that you heed this advice of life review and kind of like purge that from your surroundings, because there is a fear, of speaking authentically when you are surrounded by people, places, or situations where you feel like you're not able to be yourself. Maybe you guys might be around some judgmental people. Maybe you have friends that don't necessarily align with some of the beliefs that you might have. And sometimes it can be scary to be authentic and speak your truth. Speak an idea that you have if you don't feel like you're in a supportive place, right? So I think that's what they're trying to point out to you here with the life review energy coming through. Last message, we have no need to worry. So yeah, that's just further clarifying the need to release any fears that you guys might be dealing with regard to the situation. And just know that you're safe, you're protected, your speech is magical, right? And everything's going to work out okay with whatever the situation is. So let me know, pile number 3, in the comment box down below how this resonated with you. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to view today's video. I will catch you in the next reading. Bye.